Alright, welcome back to my Sonic Colors walkthrough, and this time we'll be moving on to Sweet Mountain. And here's a new wisp greeting us. It's called the Drill Wisp, Yellow Drill. What will it do? We'll be seeing very shortly. Now, the first part was actually quite filled with cutscenes, but the rest of the game doesn't have that many cutscenes. It basically has 2 or 3 cutscenes per area, and they're all pretty short. One Tropical Resort had, I think it had 5 cutscenes in it, which is kind of a lot. Here's one of the few drift paths you have in this game, because you know, drifting and quickstep is restricted to only a few areas throughout the game, which I don't really mind all that much, because I find the 2 moves to be pretty pointless anyway. They're sort of just excuses to give Sonic a bad movement ability or something like that. Yes, this is basically a Drill Wisp. It lets you move underground, and as you can see, I'm just spamming color bonus here to get more points. Also, because this is the European version, it is spelled with a U rather than just color. I don't know. Random note. Let's just go up. So, well, there's some interesting stuff in here, or then less interesting. Alright, let's just get up. Out of here. Yes, nothing of interest really. Except by now. Now this is interesting. We have donuts in the background. It's a Sweet Mountain after all. And running through donuts, that's cool. There's a giant rocket which is filled with jelly beans. This stage does make me hungry, but then again, I am already hungry before I even started this, so no wonder. Why do I keep screwing up? Here's a life. But to be honest, I don't really like the looks of this level. It feels too constructional and too artificial to me. It doesn't feel all that sweet to me. You know, with all these construction things here all over the place. Not one of my favorite places. Then again, most people like it, so that's cool. A rank? Sure. Could have gotten the S rank there, but I'll just save that for later. And all the Drill Wisps have spread all across the game area. New act. Sweet Mountain Act 2. This is one of my favorite music tracks in this game actually. It's really cool. Sort of mastery thing going on at the beginning. And this is one of the drift sections as well. I recommend drifting a lot in this section, because as you can see, you get drift bonus, which makes it a lot easier to get S ranks and whatnot. Yeah, I'm not aiming for the S ranks here, so I could just skip through this, but I like doing it, because you can stay in constant drift mode all the time. Yes. There's a wisp we haven't seen yet, so we can't use that. That's why it looks so weird. It will be replaced with a wisp capsule sometime in the future though. One cool thing about this game actually, it's one of the few Sonic games which actually make me want to just stop and collect rings and all that. I haven't had a game which made me want to do that since Sonic Heroes. Interesting. Or maybe not. But yeah, it's a good game. there's a shortcut we can take as drill, and we'll take that as well to avoid getting any red rings, because that would be horrible. And here's the gold ring already. You can also take the long path, but that's a lot easier. But it doesn't give you as many points. So if you're aiming for S ranks, I'd recommend taking the long path. Let's just get on with it. And there's a new wisp again. This time it's the orange rocket. It's one of my favorite stages in this game actually. I don't know why. It's just cool. You can take the normal path, but well, this is kind of the normal path as well. Just taking the grind shortcut here. And here's the new wisp. All have been excited, what the heck. Orange rocket. Which also returned in Sonic Generations, however it was just a bloody spam fest all over again. I don't know why. Actually, yes, I have the DS version of Sonic Colors as well, and generally I think they used the wisps better in that version. Way to go, Dimps. We don't have that wisp yet, so we can't go there. Let's use another rocket here. But yeah, the DS version, well, you might think it's just a cheap version of its console version. I'd say it's a pretty good game. The story is a bit lacking, and if you haven't played the Wii version, you probably don't get all of the story of what's happening and all, which is kind of a shame, really. But all in all, it's a pretty good game. The level design is all good and all, and the use of the wisps is a lot better than in this version, I believe. Here's another drift section. I could care less for those rockets, just get on with it. And let's just drift again, for some reason. And you can get some boost out of those guys. Some nice effects going on in this. It's a good looking game. However, I'm playing it through a composite cable since my capture card doesn't have a component input, so we'll just have to do what we have right now. And the rocket wisps have also become available in other levels now. It's not one of my favorite wisps. It's kind of restricted. Act 4, yay! This one is a bit more platforming heavy thing. And yes, as I already said, I'm not a huge fan of the platforming in this game, because it's so blocky. This doesn't feel like a Sonic game to me at all. Well, sort of does, but you know, this sort of platforming isn't what Sonic is all about, is it? I don't know why they can't just make sort of physics-based platforming anymore. Always has to be some ridiculous something. I'm saying this laser for later uses. Oh. And this is pretty darn boring and pointless. It's one of my favorite gimmicks. There's a red ring on that path as well. Also, you can just, if you don't fail like I do. What the love of God. Might save some time if you don't fail. This doesn't save any time if you just jump there, because it still goes all the way down before it starts to go up. There's another wisp we haven't yet encountered. What the heck, can't I speak anymore? Red ring, beware, do not pick it up. At least I won't. You can if you want to. Anyway, even with the red rings, this is a relatively short game. At at least compared to other Sonic games. I don't know what's up with it. Recent Sonic games, Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations have all had pretty... oh crap, I got trapped. Oh, let's just use the laser here. I'm sure there won't be any more red rings here. Yes, I was right. Some rings, yay. What fun. B. Boo.